after reports hit the internet that Errol Spence and Danny Garcia is happening next, Errol Spence subliminally responds to that and hints that Danny Garcia is next. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, and the Patreon family. We working. Yeah, we working. Head over to Patreon. You don't want to miss a thing. I'm just giving you guys a warning. I will be shifting some of the content to the YouTube channel membership side of things and the Patreon side of things. For those perks and those benefits, click the link in the description. Head over to Patreon. Sign up right now. We got it. We got it going on. And YouTube channel membership, the button is right by the subscribe button. It says join. Click that. Sign up. You don't want to miss it. Now let's get it. Reports came out today that what Danny Garcia said on his Instagram live, I made a video about this, is in fact true, that he would be fighting Errol Spence or Manny Pacquiao next. You know, and he could have just threw Pacquiao in there knowing Errol Spence was likely just to throw the dogs off the scent a little bit. And you have Lance Pugmire with The Athletic. He's one of the people, and it says sources, Errol Spence Jr. expected to fight Danny Garcia this fall in his comeback fight, you know, and they got a whole article that they pinned, so make sure you check them out. And it's looking like that's the next order of business, which goes in line with what we've heard. So make sure you guys head over there. I'll put the link in the description so you can get to that article. Now, I want to give my thoughts. I personally think it's a good fight with Danny Garcia and Errol Spence. So make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest. Errol Spence, basically, he subliminally responded to this. And here's what he put. Just, you know, right after these rumors came out. He said, line them up. And he put the bowling pin emoji. And then he put the smirk, mischievous smirk face. So this is, to me, a subliminal hint that this is actually going down, because what's the coincidence and the likelihood that he says line them up and then everyone in the social media stratosphere heard the rumors that he's going to be fighting Danny Garcia next. You know, reports come out and then right after that he's talking about line them up. So I want to give my thoughts on Danny Garcia versus Errol Spence as a fight. I love it. I think it's a great fight. You know, people shouldn't be surprised by this fight. This particular fight is a fight that was scheduled to happen the week before Super Bowl, but Errol Spence got in a tragic accident, or an accident that could have been, you know, a lot worse. So obviously it's not going to happen under those terms. He was fresh off of that. That happened, I think, in October. So it wouldn't have made sense for Errol Spence to try to keep that date. You know, he was literally fighting for his life, you know, just months before. So that kind of opted and thwarted those plans for the meantime. Now, I'll say this is twofold. Errol Spence, I give him a lot of credit if his first fight back is Danny Garcia, because Danny Garcia is definitely a top rated guy, top 5 or 6. And the reason I'm saying top 5 or 6 is because he doesn't have a belt, but we know Danny Garcia's quality. The other thing is this, Danny Garcia, you know, it just depends on where you place, because the welterweight division is crowded. So it depends on where you place certain people. That's why I said top 5 or 6, because you have to throw in Errol Spence. He's a unified champion. You got to throw in Manny Pacquiao. He's a legend, and he just beat Keith Thurman. And you have to throw in Terrence Crawford. So those additional spots, you know, I guess they're subjective. Some people would say Keith Thurman's still up there because he beat Danny Garcia. Some people, and he beat Sean Porter. Some people would say Sean Porter. So that would already be 5. You see what I'm saying? So it depends on where you place him. But either way, he's definitely belongs in the conversation of top 5, 6 with Danny Garcia, because his losses to Keith Thurman and Sean Porter, they're arguable and disputed, you know, to a degree. It's not like he got slept or dropped a bunch of times. This is a difficult fight, I would say, especially coming back, Errol Spence, because in the gym is one thing, but fighting is another thing, like being under the bright lights. Danny Garcia, I don't know why. I think maybe his dad, some people don't like his dad or prefer his dad's statements or some weird stuff. But Danny Garcia has never really gotten credit for what he does well. He's a very good fighter. You know, his resume, he has one of the best resumes at his age group. You know, him and Canelo. I can't really think of too many other guys in that age group, in that conversation, you know, 28 to 31 that have better resumes than Canelo and Danny Garcia. You know, Danny Garcia is tried and true. He's been in there with Zab Judah, a legend. He's been in there with Matisse when Matisse was running through dudes at 140, you know, beating everybody up and wanted the fight and had beat Lamont Peterson. Danny Garcia fought Lamont Peterson. He fought another legend in Eric Morales, one of my favorite fighters, El Terrible. He's fought Keith Thurman. He fought Sean Porter. He really fought everybody he needed to. Kendall Holt. He fought just a ton of people, you know. Rod Salka, the boy Rod Salka. No, I'm just playing. So I don't understand why people sleep on Danny Garcia like they do. But I would say, especially coming off of an injury, this is a great fight. This is a very good fight because worst case scenario, no matter where and how you rate Errol Spence Jr., you got to look at this. The thing is, he's coming off an injury and Danny Garcia has never been stopped. So just right there, that there alone makes this a very compelling fight. Because if Errol Spence, you know, if he gets a knockout, then wow, you know, because nobody's done that to Danny Garcia. I don't even think Danny Garcia has been dropped. I don't remember a fight. If you guys can tell me, that's a dope building, this Rican building. If you guys can tell me, I would love to hear about it. But I don't even remember a fight. And he's fought punchers before. Zab Judah got cracks. Matisse, right? I don't even remember anyone that's Keith Thurman hurt him, you know, but he didn't drop from that. So Danny Garcia is a beast. Errol Spence is a beast. And this is what is going to happen when beasts collide. Other thing is, we're coming off this pandemic. This fight might, you know, break records type of shit, because this would be literally the biggest. The other promoters, a lot of them are talking about fights, but they're not big fights. They're talking about, like, you know, Tyson Fury versus Tom Schwarzenegger type, you know, Tom Schwarzenegger level fights for fans. They're not really talking about no real smoke. You know, they're just trying to get some money in and, you know, get people to pay attention. But they're talking about Lomachenko and Teofimo is canceled, things like that. So if PBC, with no crowd or whatever they're planning on doing, if they can get Danny Garcia versus Errol Spence, I can't think of a fight that is bigger that we're supposed to be getting, except for maybe Wilder Fury, but we don't know when that's happening. You know, Kubrat Pulev, Anthony Joshua, fights like that, to me, aren't bigger than Danny Garcia, Errol Spence globally. This is just a big fight. It's an awesome fight. And you got to understand, I've been in this boxing game for years. This is why old media, this is why they're, you know, catching the fade and catching L's, is because they say stuff off emotion, but it rarely makes sense. You got to put all emotions aside. I don't care if you don't like Danny Garcia's dad, or you don't like the way he looks or dresses or his haircut, whatever, how he acts. You got to give him credit for what he does right, you know? And simple mathematics is Errol Spence was at the top of his game right before the accident, and everybody was paying attention and he was making noise. He just put on, in my opinion, the best fight. Him and Sean Porter put on the best fight of last year. So it's going to be a continuation of that. Now you factor in, and I'm not saying this should be glorified, but you factor in the fact that he just got in this horrific car accident and he's looking like Superman because he flew out the whip. Not like that. You know, I'm just saying he's looking like Superman because he recovered. You see what I'm saying? He flew out the whip and, you know, he's looking real bulletproof because somehow he survived it with minimal damage. You see what I'm saying? So all we know for a fact is this pandemic has cast boxing to the side. So we haven't had any big fights. That's one issue. And then Errol Spence at the top of his game, and people are just going to be anticipating his return. They want to see what he's looking like. I mean, curiosity killed the cat, and in boxing it's no different. You know, there's no way you could get around that curiosity factor. Errol Spence is must-see entertainment no matter what. But now you factor in this whole incident with the accident and the high speeds in the cars and stuff like that, then it makes the fight even more, I can't miss it. You know, it's just the recipe for a big fight. Post-pandemic, you know, getting a big fight in general, seeing how that looks, because that in itself is something to behold, to see how they would do a fight this big with no crowd or, you know, possibly no media or whatever the situation is. So we'd have to see how that plays out. But beyond that, you know, like I said, curiosity killed the cat. People want to just see Errol Spence back in the ring and back in action, see if anything was lost, see if he looks more refined, because he said he's keeping his weight down and he's getting a second chance at this. So people are going to be paying attention for obvious reasons. They're going to want to see how he looks, to see if he looks better, see what type of weight he comes in, if both fighters make weight, and then you just sprinkle in the regular atmosphere of a big fight. This is money. So I know old media, they're going to hate on the fight just like they do everything PBC. They always find a way to hate and, you know, complain and stuff like that. But I'm really looking forward to this fight. This is also a champion versus a unified champion, excuse me. Let me put respect on Errol Spence's name. A unified champion, you know, who gave us 2 great fights last year, and a unification fighting a former champion who had that WBC belt before. Great stuff. But Errol Spence said, line him up, man down. Errol Spence is a dog, bro. He, like most people, I would say, are saying take a tune-up. Like, see how you feel, take a tune-up, that type of thing. This man is a whole savage. He trying to come back to a Danny Garcia fight. This man got no, I don't care what nobody say, win, lose, or draw. This man ain't got no fear in his heart. He ain't got no fear in his heart, because some people would say that's not even advisable. You got to feel it out and see how you feel. Being in the gym is different. Take it slow. And if Errol Spence come back, I give him all the props in the world. Very, very dangerous stuff. But that shows you the insane belief system that the kid Errol Spence has in himself and his ability. So, you know, I told you, for me, I'm going to support whatever Errol decides. It's all on him. If he wants to come back to a tune-up, I would support that. If he wants to come back and he feels he's ready, only he knows how he feels. Internally, mentally, body, you know, training camp, he knows how he feels. So I'm not really one to say. I can't tell you, hey, sit down, you know, take a tune-up. If he feels like it, then he feels like it, you know. What can anybody say? So the decision is totally his, and I'm really looking forward to this fight. Let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you guys like the video. Also, hit up the link in the description and get ESPN Plus, the app. Tons of docuseries. They just added Dennis Rodman 30 for 30 documentary. They have classic fights, Mayweather, Pacquiao, and a slew of other archive fights. A lot of content help you get through this quarantine. Get ESPN Plus as a standalone app, or you can bundle it. ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus. Get all 3 for one price, $12.99 a month. And again, it does help the channel in a phenomenal way when you guys click on that link. Let's get it. Errol Spence, man down. Danny Garcia, Swift. Okay. Man down versus Swift looks like it's upon us. I don't know the parameters. I don't know the details. I don't know the location. You know, we are in a pandemic, so that stuff should come, and an official announcement if this goes down. But that looks like the latest, and Errol Spence subliminally responds to the reports that just came out today that he's fighting Swift. I can't wait. Let me know what you guys think of this fight. Is it easy work? Is it hard? You know, should Errol take a tune-up? All that good stuff in the comment section. YouTube changed the comment section a little bit, so you got to click on the top comment to expand the comment palette and the comment thread. But, you know, it's an extra step, which is annoying, but leave them comments. Holla at me. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. If you love what I'm doing, smash the like button as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next videos, Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.